Doolan, member of the board of Fiscal Automotive.
So, Vic, actually for the last couple of years that we have been talking, you've been really interested in getting off the dependence of foreign oil, pretty much in any way you can, ethanol, electricity, anything. And now you're working with Fisker, and they're coming out with an electric gas car.
I think what I've been aware of for many years now is the fact that whether we like it or not, whether it's an environmental issue or the fact that crude oil is a decline in asset or resource, I believe they're two facts. But a further fact is we cannot deny people in the emerging nations their growth aspects. China will grow, India will grow, Africa I hope will grow into greater consumerism because they deserve it. And there's the environmental aspect. So that's why I'm so keen on it. So to find any way to reduce America's dependency on oil because it's a great user of foreign currency and we need to balance our payments. 25% of our negative balance of payments relates to import of oil.
It's actually more like 40.
40. So we start to solve one problem, and that is our trade deficit. We start to also, of course, politically, I don't think it's good to rely on countries that may not have our best interest at heart. Even Russia, I think, has more of their own interest at heart than ours. So, and the third factor is, by developing alternative energies, we're developing a new infrastructure, new jobs, new opportunities, new wealth. And the next economic upturn in America will not be driven by consumers. They've used up all their equity. We have negative savings. The only way we can grow this economy in the future is by import replacements, doing it here rather than somewhere else, and secondly by exports.
I find it interesting because most people don't worry about global responsibility when it comes to emerging nations. They just say, do what they can and make anything you can out of black coal, give it to us from Walmart at the cheapest price. But you're saying, no, we really do have to leave some for them so that they can develop.
Absolutely. If we don't, they're going to grab it for themselves. And to me, that's a big thing because we do waste a lot of resources too in America, and we have to find a way to conserve it better than we do. On the board of Blue Fire, not Pontiac, and
okay.
They are setting up pilot plants in California, in Lancaster, to develop cellulosic ethanol.
The Blue Fire is the one that's going to be on a landfill in Los Angeles.
Yes.
With methane powering it.
Exactly right.
Yes, by 2011.
Yeah.
They were one of the DOE funded projects.
Exactly right. And I'm on that board, and I find it fascinating. And, so that was my first interest. Because I really believe, in retirement, I can do a lot more to help people that have a dream and want to do something. Arnold Kahn was my neighbour, and he approached me and said he'd like to do this, and I said, okay, I'll come and help you in any way I can. Same with Henrik. I worked with him at Aston Martin and BMW, and he phoned me up one day and said, can you help me? And I said, why not? And they're going to help us reduce our dependency on energy, because electricity is not dependent on foreign oil. And with solar panels, we can do a lot. And I've seen a great article you wrote on that, on the economics of solar panels, which I thought was really good. And so that will help us. And I think we've got to move more in that direction too. Quantum's involved in that.
It's interesting. I was in Brazil about a month and a half ago, and I was talking to a former Minister of Agriculture for President Lula, and I'd say he's about your age as well. And he said that he's no longer the minister, but he now has all these projects, and these projects are his dreams now. And it sounds to me that it's the same with you.
If in 20 years' time I can say to my grandkids, that Fisker car, I had a hand in that very early on, and now you're using cellulosic ethanol. I was involved in that. And these people who now own these companies fulfilled their dreams, and that's great. Now why don't you go out and do the same? And I think Henrik and Arnold can be great role models for our kids. And I've come upon a realization a little late in my life, maybe I should have started work on environmental issues a long time ago. But when you're involved in corporate life, there are other compelling pressures. But retirement gave me the opportunity to look at my life and say, what a waste. It's half my energy bill. I put all my external lights are solar lights. It costs hardly anything, but it does make me feel better.
Right. And it is interesting that more of the people in your generation that have now made their money or have retired are now looking at these things and going, we need to do something.
Oh, yeah. If we don't, I've got 5 grandchildren, 3 in South Africa, 2 here, and I say, if we don't do something, we're going to be in trouble. Even write stories for them about the Northwest Passage, where I write about dolphins and how they went up to Northwest Passage and rescued polar bears that couldn't get from one ice floe to the other. And I'm trying to instill in them the sense of this is their world, and it is their world. It's not it's their country too, but more importantly, it's the world. And we've got to do our little bit in every way. And so I'm just drawing up for them in my next story and a green movement. Where they agree that they're going to try and save water, electricity, and not insist Mummy takes them everywhere in the car every day, and so on and so on. Because they have to understand and contribute as well.
We look forward to seeing some of those stories, Vic.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks.